My name is Wesley Wood, and I'll be covering Clyde Pangborn. Clyde was born in Bridgeport, Washington, to his father, Max Pangborn, and his mother, Opal Lamb. The exact date of his birth isn't known because of his habit of lying on legal documents for his own personal gain. While in the 1900s United States Census listed him as being born in October 1893, Pangborn put his birth year as 1895 in World War I draft. After his parents' divorce, Pangborn moved to Idaho with his mother, where he went to school and later college for civil engineering. After 2.5 years in college, he worked as a mining engineer at Bunker Hill and Sullivan Mining Company until World War I, where he joined the Air Service. Clyde had always dreamed of flying, but could never afford it. That is, until World War I, where he enlisted and was paid to fly. Instead of being sent overseas, Pangborn was sent to Houston, where he taught others to fly the Curtiss JN-4, also known as the Jenny biplane. While in this position, he learned how to fly upside down and grew to love stunts. After his discharge, Clyde moved to his birth home and began exhibition flying. Pangborn was a stuntman who earned his fame through failure more than success. His first claim to fame was a failed attempt to jump from a speeding car onto a rope ladder hanging from an airplane. He lost his grip and dislocated some vertebrae in his tumble, but otherwise was fine. He then co-formed the Gates Flying Circus with Ivan Gates, where he made his second big claim to fame. During one of his stunts, a stunt woman got her parachute stuck in his landing gear. Flying really close to another plane, Clyde was able to get her down off his landing gear and onto the other plane's wings. His barnstorming career sadly only lasted about 10 years before federal safety laws and the Great Depression killed it. During this time of hardships and strife, Pangborn needed to make money, and he decided that the best way to do this would be to break world records. The first world record he attempted was the around the world speed record. Currently set at 20 days and 4 hours, Pangborn believed he could easily beat it. However, someone got to it first, setting a record of 8 days, 15 hours, and 51 minutes. Pangborn and his financially more stable co-pilot, Hugh Herndon, attempted to beat it anyway, and were getting close until Hugh got lost in Mongolia and the weather forced them to stay in a bog. While still in Siberia, and even before going home, they decided to try to be the first to fly across the Pacific without stopping. They flew straight to Japan, where they were immediately arrested for entering illegally, and Hugh Herndon was taking pictures and accidentally took pictures of Japan's naval installations. Finally, thanks to the US Embassy, they were released and charged with $1,000. They were given one chance to fly out and were told if they came back, they would be sent to jail. When they got to their plane, they found their charts were taken by a nationalist society called the Black Dragon Society, a society that wanted Japan to be the first to make the flight. They also found that they required fuel way too much, and so they planned to ditch the landing gear on takeoff. Once they took off at Misawa, Aomori, Japan, they saw the struts still on the plane, so Pangborn climbed out on the wings 14,000 feet above the ocean and detached them. After 41 hours and 13 minutes, Clyde Pangborn landed his plane in Wenatchee, Washington with no landing gear, a record-setting journey that won him $25,000 and a permanent claim to fame in the aerospace industry. He later attempted an England to Australia race where he got second place. He flew from Dallas to Moscow, where he was also arrested for entering illegally. He became a test pilot before World War II, and then during World War II, and then after World War II, he became a commercial pilot and died in 1958 with 24,000 flight hours. There's my bibliography, and that's everything. Stop recording.